What's up, everybody? It's Hannibal 647 coming at you straight from Toronto, where we're gonna have a great show. So stay tuned. Hopefully, you've smashed that like button, and yeah, let's get into it. All right, let me share my multiple screens here. Hannibal ain't from Toronto. I'm Hannibal 647, okay? He's Hannibal 615. All right, so he's from the area code 615, and I'm from the area code 647. All right? We're all the unhinged. Listen, there's really three main there's really three main areas where unhinged people are from: Florida, New York, and California. Okay. Uh-oh. Where listen, Hakate's daughter, where's my $13.01? You still gotta send me. Listen, okay? Look here, listen, look here, listen. Okay, look here, listen. You're gonna send me my more like 289. You're gonna send me my $13.01. Listen, I'm not playing around. You better give me my money. else I might have to go ODB on your ass. Like that song. Hey, dirty baby, I got your money, don't you worry. Dirty, baby, I got your money. You remember that song? You guys remember that, right? All right, let's get into this. And let me share my screen, and we're gonna get started. Okay, let's go. Hannibal647 in the house.
Nice beach or a mall, just let me know. Get yours today and don't delay.
Well, hello, guys. Hello. All right. Just sat down for tonight's tea. No, for my dinner, I guess you can say. I was going to cook, but I didn't feel like it. So tomorrow I will make whatever I was going to make. You'll have to wait and see. But for now, we're having Substop. It's not Subway, it's Substop. Substop. Okay.
Wait a second. Didn't she have Substop like a couple days back? Because we had this conversation. Yeah, like a couple days back, she had Substop, and she said it's not Subway because Substop is the place to go.
We have a red fruits iced tea, 0 sugar, steak and cheese sub, and a meat feast sub.
All right, I'm gonna bring back Monty After Dark. We gotta go reckless over there, people. I am. Oh, you know what? Wait a second. I need to adjust my volume here. I just noticed I on my DLF stream I had to put it low, but I'm putting it. Yeah, that is a family meal. That's the meal for two, because one of those couple of inches. What is that? Like a 6 inch, 6 inches. A lot of cookies. We got some peppers here and some chips. That is a meal for two.
Some summer barbecue chips, hot peppers, and chocolate chip cookies. Oh, and have a few olives as well. These big purple ones. All right, Bismillah. Let's get into it. What am I going to eat first? I want to eat the steak and cheese first.
Sapa Sense of Wonder, how's it going?
So let's go. Steak and cheese. What did I put on? It's on Italian oregano bread, Parmesan oregano bread, cheese, jalapenos, black olive, Southwest, garlic mayo, ranch, onions, lettuce, jalapenos. Did I say that? And I think that's it. Green pepper. Beauty bite for you guys.
Hey, what's up, Gothic Brina?
Mm.
Okay, I just
By the way,
figured out a song that I'd like to dedicate to Hannibal. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a beat for it, but I think I know what I'm gonna do. All right. Yeah. Anybody, tell me when Yokaka replies to my leveling of the playing field, because that's what I did a couple hours ago. 1 month after dark, I leveled out the playing field.
no mic today.
Thank God, no Mike. She kills me with that
I'm too lazy to go get it.
diver get up just to hide her baldness and chins. I heard there was a freak out going at Hannibella live stream. I think Piggy has it. I saw somebody having that video, so maybe I'll take a look at that in between this. Scuba Steve song? I have not heard of it. When you live to eat rather than eat to live, then you know stuff has gone wrong. Yeah. As you can see, she's really not feeling doing anything other than sitting down and eating. It's like a comfort to her, but she still also gets paid. You love to see that, Monty? See what exactly? Oh, the freak out video? Her saying that if Hannibella releases the Schnooties, then it's RP. But where's Hannibella? Isn't Hannibella in America? So like, what are the laws as per? You guys don't really have strong RP laws, right? Like revenge porn stuff. Like, what state is she in? Plus, it was a joke, right?
So you guys are lucky.
She gets high by eating. Yeah, she derives pleasure from it. It's kind of like working, but doing the stuff you want to do in the,
Ow.
as well.
Kettle chips are hard.
They do actually, thanks to Chrissy Chambers. Okay. I guess I'm wrong then. Let me check that out.
I'm sorry, but they hurt the roof of your mouth.
Kettle chips aren't even that hard. It depends, Cypher.
Pleasure with the pain.
Her teeth are bad.
Oh.
I'd say so. Because she has no dental care. You would think that would be a priority. I mean, dental care is dental care. If you need it, you need it, right?
There's roast beef on here. I don't like deli roast beef normally. We'll see. I didn't realize. In the description of the sub, it doesn't say what kind of meats. It just says meat feast, a mix of meats.
Roast beef from Arby's. Man, I haven't had Arby's in a very long ass time. I don't even know where the closest Arby's to me is. I have like zero idea. I'm gonna have to check. Like, holy
Having a
crap.
piece of cookie. So soft and chewy.
Yeah, man, there aren't really any Arby's around. I can go to Oshawa for Arby's or Burlington.
I was just thinking, like, oh, and I know I just did a sub-stop mukbang, but I love this place.
Facts, Gothic. Big facts. Man, I really want this cough to go away. And this vaccine is not helping. Like, I passed out last night. Can't hear Arby's without thinking about something else like roast beef stuff.
I was just thinking how weird it is. That what I'm doing now is like a day at the office for me. This is my coming to work.
Auntie, do you know when Natter's trial is? I heard that it is on Monday and that something's on the dossier. So somebody had advised me. When was it? Last night they sent me a message saying, hey, did you know something's happening with Nads on Monday? I was like, I have no idea. And then they're like, yeah, it's on Monday. Maybe you can get a link to it. So I'm like, okay, cool. I had zero idea because he's not going to say anything until it was revealed, right? I guess people are checking that regularly because I wouldn't have had any idea. I haven't had any idea ever since I went to his second trial date, I guess, to maybe set for a trial. But the second show, because the first one we had no idea about. Remember that from like many years ago, back in 2022, the first one, he was taking a cab back from Montreal, no, back from Gatineau, Ottawa area to Montreal, and he had that lady that unfortunately got doxxed. And then the second one I went to, and people still to this day seriously think I didn't go. I still can't believe that. I'm like, that's seriously coming up. The amount of stuff that happens, I'm like, I literally was there with people that are actively in your world, and still there's people out there like Hannibal647 that say that I wasn't there. I literally showed my parking receipt, and people say that I wasn't there. Like, it's so ridiculous. You think it has something to do with Dee Dee's brother? Maybe it does. Who knows what's going on? Sassy Italian says Dee Dee's worst daughter ever. Yup. Commits to the bit and actions. I do commit to the bit. I said I'd travel there because people actually super chatted me fare for there, and I showed up. I got a hotel. I went there. Other people in Global was there as well. Like we've discussed this literally ad nauseum that we were there. I went to the Orange Julep, yes, to shoot a skit with a blow up doll. Yup, you heard me say it. I got one and I put a pixie cut mask, no, a pixie cut wig on it to make it look like Dee Dee, and I was in my Tommy Hilfiger fits. I was. In fact, I gotta find those fits. They're still lost in like the move. Hey, Jay Harold, what's up? Nads
It made me think.
Isn't Nad still on a stream under DD Lulu's channel? All of a sudden, I see that DD Lulu has been on for like 4 hours. Yep, he's still live. It's been. Wait a second. Did he restart? It says 2 hours now. Was he live earlier? I think he was. But he's been. Yeah, he is. He's live on DD Lulu's channel.
Of what a typical day at work was like for me.
Hey, Vouchin, how you doing? Hopefully you're good.
At my most latest job. I should say my most recent job.
Facts, Mads.
I told you guys what it was. I told you guys why I got let go. But I don't think I told you what like a typical day at work was like.
Are we seriously talking about the last job? It was that scheduling job, right? Are you serious right now? How far is Mr. Snowflake with the documentary? Part 4 came out, right? Have people reported the channel? Most likely, yes. Since he's on DD Lulu's, but what happened to his Natty Daddy channel? Did that get deleted? Because I haven't been able to keep up. Did Natty Daddy get gone? Let me check.
A typical day, I would go into the office at like I don't know. I think it was like 7 to 3. Which I really, really, really hated. I'm not a day person. But especially not 7. But I was an admin assistant. I was a secretary.
Here we go again.
For a group of doctors, for 3 doctors, but specifically for one in particular.
Yeah, that was the problem, J. Jared. She was coming in late. She wanted to leave early, and she kept on calling in sick. So they fired her, but I believe she was in the union at that point in time. So she got a pretty good settlement that she used to live off of while she put more fire to her YouTube career, and she actually got somewhere with YouTube because she was literally in the right place at the right time. And back in 2017, if you were doing mukbangs, you were gonna pop, both figuratively and literally.
And those are the hours she wanted me to work. So I worked in a hospital. A mental health facility, hospital. And
True, Jared. She has gaps in her resume. She could have easily been doing something on the side. Even if your YouTube's going well, maybe start a little bit of something, something, so that there's no gaps in your resume. But there is. There is one now. Has been for multiple years. Wonder how she's gonna fill that.
there was always morning traffic.
Yeah, it's Ottawa, and you got to be at work for 7. There is gonna be morning traffic. Yes.
Especially in Ottawa around that time.
If she thinks Ottawa is bad, then she should literally check out Toronto's morning traffic. And if she thinks Toronto is bad, check out New York. And you think New York's bad, check out LA. Like, OMG. I could never be in NYC traffic because I've experienced that, and I would always take the subway in. There's no way I'd be driving all of that. Even in Toronto, the GO trains, which is our multi-regional train service system, I would just prefer taking the GO train in. There's no way I want to drive unless I have to.
So for my commute, I used to listen to a morning show on the radio. If I had time, I would get a coffee. Sometimes breakfast. But usually, I would get to work and I would park my car in the parking lot. Then I had to walk around to the front of the building. There's cookies. Sometimes I would see another secretary that worked there. And she wasn't liked by any of the other secretaries because she was not like them.
What was she like?
She wasn't like a gossip head, you know? And she spoke her mind.
Okay, gotcha. Can we speed her up? Edna, you're so used to like the 1.5x, aren't you? Mun says 9 out of 10 cars driving around the D are legit smashed up and barely roadworthy. I know exactly what you mean, Muns. I totally do. All right, does anybody else want her to speed up?
I would see her out front, usually smoking. But I smoked back then. So I would have a smoke with her and we would shit talk the other secretary. Let's try this.
Speed her up? Okay. I'm gonna 1.25x her, since you guys asked. You know what's ironic about that? She says that this one secretary was different and doesn't like the gossip, that she's moso, but yet you're saying that she will chismoso, or should I rather say chismosa, right? She'll chismosa with Foodie Beauty. Does that make any sense? I guess it could make sense.
Lettuce, tomato, pickles, black olives, olive oil, vinegar, Southwest sauce. I think onions too. Whew.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's like she's literally saying somebody isn't a gossip queen, but then is talking crap while smoking outside. That is a gossip queen.
Anyway. And then some of the patients would talk to us because they didn't have another designated smoking area. We had to smoke with the patients.
I wonder how many smoke breaks she was doing.
I don't want to eat the seeds. It's spicy.
Sometimes those jobs are like very cutthroat though. I've seen so many types of crap that goes on at workplaces in my lifetime. You see it all the time. They're like hens. They go outside, hack darts, and drink coffee. I remember it in Costco. They were the same. Yeah, it's like practically every workplace. It's either you're gonna, I don't know, talk crap or just try and stay by yourself, put your head down, do your time, and then go home.
So then we would go upstairs. All day you would hear codes going off on the intercom. Code white, inpatient north, blah, blah, blah. Code white was psychiatric emergency. Code blue was like medical, I think.
What kind of hospital has codes going off all the time? If you are in a hospital where codes are going off all the time, then something is wrong with the hospital. That is not normal. As I've worked in several hospitals before, and maybe I'll hear a code on, let's say, me working 40 to 60 hours a week. Maybe I'll hear a code once a week, twice a week, if that. But all the time, that is a very ill-managed and mismanaged facility if you're hearing that all the time.
Code red is fire.
Actually, I'd be more surprised if I would even hear it once a week.
So they had a little tuck shop.
Because something has to be going on. Like if you're hearing a code white, a yellow, a blue, a brown, a red, something has to be going on in that facility and somebody dropped the ball. Like if you're missing a patient or a patient's violent and out of control, somebody ain't doing their job right.
Not a tuck shop, like a little coffee stand thing run by volunteers. That's good.
What did she say code yellow was? Or code white?
I would get like a coffee.
I'm sorry, did she say code white was what exactly?
I always got a Colombian and a big muffin. Oh my gosh. Too many peppers.
Yes. A code white is a violent person. A code yellow is missing.
Then I would make my way to my office. And I was so proud because
Okay, thank you, Vouchin.
I had my own office, and outside of the door,
Ooh, la, la.
there was a metal plaque sign that said Chantal Stato.
Having your own office, the peak. And now she has her own plaque. Why would you do that? Why would you wipe your face with the same face of that tissue and then wipe it on your shirt? That is not okay. Yeah, she literally just wiped all that mess on her shirt.
like, I have my own office. So,
The story is different. Foodie is a code brown. Yikes. You know what? I actually thought that. I just didn't want to say anything. Stella likes code browns.
it's ironic. I worked in mental health because my mental health was, at the time. But so were many of the secretaries. And actually, one of the secretaries was a patient there a couple of times. So, I would go in my office, sit at my desk, first thing I would do is check my emails, which I always had a ton of emails.
Mm-hmm.
Open up the doctor's calendar for the day. Get her patient charts ready. Sometimes I had to book. So I'd reply to emails because I get emails from different departments. I would have to gather all her billing, submit it to finance.
Hey, never have I ever. What's up?
If there was a meeting, I would have to take the laptop,
And do minutes.
take minutes.
Uh-huh. And she doesn't like that. Thank you, Gothic Brina. I mean, psychiatric emergency, close enough. It's deemed code white is typically across hospitals for a violent person, but okay, sure, psychiatric emergency. Code blue was medical, yeah, medical issue. All right, so I guess she was within line within the codes, I guess. She eats like she's at a birthday party. It's kind of funny. Never heard that one before.
So messy.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear that, Sunshine.
Set up teleconference.
Yeah, some wards are sadder than others. Like the wards for like oncology ward was like a very hard ward to work, or like anything hospice for people with like terminal stuff. It's a very hard floor to work on. Hey, Hound Lover, what's up?
Order catering for meetings.
You don't want Salah's toe shots? Well, he can send me all the toe shots he wants to send me. He knows my number.
I usually went with Epicuria in Ottawa. I think that's the name of it. That was yummy.
I won't cipher. They're all mine.
So it just depended what day of the week. But we usually had a team meeting in the mornings to discuss.
You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure this is the right one. When she says Epicuria, she means Epicuria Food Shop and Catering. So of course she's gonna remember a catering company. Ha ha ha, on Saint Laurent Boulevard. She loves Saint Laurent Boulevard. I mean, Saint Laurent Boulevard has a lot of things. They have the mall, the Burger King. There's a Winners on Saint Laurent. Everything's on Saint Laurent. Emery,
What beds were available, when beds were coming available for the inpatient section. Because it was always a crisis to have beds. people waiting, overcrowding hospitals because they needed to be transferred to our hospital, but there's no room.
Yeah, still an issue here. A huge issue. I've seen fights of all kinds because some people deem that a bed is being taken needlessly by one patient versus other people deeming that patient to actually need that bed. I've seen so many fights over beds. So many things, you know, shortages and whatnot.
So mostly the patients would come. I would, get them checked in the system.
You blame Dougie. Has he cut like healthcare, Doug Ford?
Um, I think the system was called Meditech, if I remember. And then I had another part of my job that I found a bit difficult. Like, I was program administrator for like the student, like the intern doctors, the student doctors in like their last year. I don't remember exactly what I had to do. But I had to keep track of, like, I had to do admin work for they had a system they used through the University of Ottawa, in the Department of Medicine. So I had to keep track of, like, I think hours that they did with the doctors that they were shadowing in our department and stuff like that.
It's a lot of work. Rudy was seeing patients.
So I had to use like a system that was through the University of Ottawa. I remember it being like a tough learning curve. That part of it. The 4-hour unit, I wasn't the program administrator. They hired someone new for that. And they wanted me as a secretary level 3 to do the annual report. I knew nothing about the department. And like, they wanted me to do like, her and I to do like pie charts with statistics. And I'm just like, what the heck? Like, did I lie on my resume or something? Like, I don't know.
Yes.
So
yes, you did. You said many things.
I actually like did say that I knew how to use Excel. And the thing is, before this job, I never used Excel. But I had to be tested on Excel before I got the job, and I just managed to just use common sense, and I just managed to figure it out. I don't know, like I passed. I think I watched like a 10-minute tutorial video, and then
I remember those tests. Yeah, you would get like you'd get a test on the basics of like Microsoft Word, Excel, and maybe even PowerPoint. But typically, it's for sure Microsoft Word and sometimes Excel. So she watched the video and she could pass the basics such as how to, form charts or sections, how to like add, subtract, multiply within each column and whatnot. Okay, Foodie.
I was able to do it.
She could have practiced at home, but you know how Foodie Beauty is, right?
And then I did have to use Excel like every day. So yeah, the doctor would go on like vacation,
right,
like not
exactly,
vacation, so like work, business trips all the time. So she would give me her flight, like I had to book flights for her, hotels. She would give me the receipts and I had to send them to finance for billing. Problem was, I had big shoes to fill because the reason they were looking for a new secretary for this doctor, her personal secretary, which the position I was filling, had just retired after 25 years of working with her. She knew everything the doctor liked. She knew the job very well. When you're working with someone for 25 years, and her and I just didn't get along very well. So I think she just expected too much of me right off the bat. She didn't seem to like me. I don't know why. And so I thought, okay, I tried my best, but eventually it began to wear on my mental health even more to where I wasn't even motivated to come in. I would call in sick a lot, yada, yada. So anyway, it ended up being that I ended up getting canned,
Yep.
but it was like wrongful canning. So I ended up getting a settlement, pretty decent settlement, and unemployment. So, and then that's when I decided to try YouTube out. I didn't even expect to make any money, just for fun, I guess. I wanted to do makeup, well, and enjoying the free ride. Um, I had to sign a paper that I wasn't allowed to talk to the media about what happened, but they basically in my dismissal paper said that I was let go because I was leaving work early, which is total bullcrap because I was salaried. So I worked late
Mm-hmm.
every day almost because I was having trouble keeping up with some of the emails and stuff like that. So I thought, okay, it's quiet. There's not anyone that's going to bother me with more work today. I can stay a bit later and finish some. And they they lied. They completely lied. I could understand if they were like, it's not a good fit. Um, you're not able to do certain tasks like that annual report, stuff like that. Or if I was calling in sick too much, but like to say that I was leaving early is just complete BS.
Yeah, how come they didn't get her on the calling in sick too much? Usually they're trying to get a slam dunk firing, right? So typically there's only a few things that not even your union can protect you from, and that is one, coming in late to work or leaving early. Two, anything illegal at work, such as I've seen the craziest stories, like people having like sex at work and they get fired. I've seen people or heard of people stealing diapers from work. Of course, you're gonna get fired. Your unit is not gonna be able to save your job because you're stealing. I've seen some crazy itch, but typically they'll try and get you for if you're doing something illegal at work, your union is not gonna help you, or if you're coming in late and you're leaving early, your union can't help you. But if you say you're sick, even if you're over your sick days, still there is like a very gray area. It really depends if it's more black than white. It really depends on the situation. But you can't just fire somebody because they're sick. They're like, if they're sick, they're sick, right? Ooh, mans. Yeah, this one person got caught at work because they were hooking up with somebody else, and I was like, I felt so bad for the lady because she had two kids. I'm like, why would you let this guy entice you to do that at work when you're a single mom, you got two kids? You Why would you do that? And it was a good job.
So yeah, it was unionized. So I'm so happy it was unionized because the union
Fought
was the
for
one
her.
who
Yes.
fought for me to get a settlement because they were like, um, I don't know. It was just yeah, it was a mess, but it was a decent job. It paid very well. I was making like $29 an hour when I left, around
Pretty
that.
good.
It came out to like
5
29 an hour,
minutes.
something like that.
I guess so, but it wasn't worth it when she looked back that she got fired because she's hooking up at work. Like, you can't seriously just wait till after work and then to get caught. Honestly, if I find people, banging at work within context, it really does depend. If it's not like a patient slash nurse or patient slash doctor thing, I'm keeping my mouth quiet. Because if it's like doctor nurse doctor nurse nurse or secretary, whatever, as long as it's consensual, I ain't saying shit. But obviously if it's like patient type of stuff, then I gotta say something because there's a lot of legalities with that, and power dynamics going on there. You gotta say something. The whole story is different from last time. It is.
But it was like per year because it was salaried. I think it was. I don't even know. Anyway, I remember I ended up working late and not even, being able to claim the extra hours. It's just what people did. Sometimes you work late, blah, 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 you know. So it was just exhausting. And that was a promotion. Like I got promoted up from um, the temporary job I was in. I was filling a maternity position in another department, in like schizophrenia department. And the time was coming close where the girl was coming back. So I started looking at internal postings, right? And that came up.
Hmm.
And I was bilingual
Oh, here
because
we
the
go.
doctor was very French. So they liked that I
Yes.
was bilingual. And so I talked to the doctor, pure French, I never talked to her in English really. I guess I just, she didn't think I was good enough. I know that's the real reason. We just didn't get along, and we butted heads a lot. So yeah, that's part of my life I thought I'd tell you about. That's more recent than my childhood. I mean, after that, I started YouTube and I told you guys so many things about my life, so many story times. Then I started doing lives and showing you my life day to day, being very open about everything. And now I guard some of my privacy. I'm still pretty open about a lot of things, and I have been.
Isn't there mandatory reporting if you see a doctor or staff member with a patient because it may not be? Yeah, exactly, Gothic Brina, because there's a power dynamic there where one person is obviously in a supervisory or lead position versus you have a patient that's under their care. Then of course with that dynamic you gotta say something. But if it's like nurse or doctor, then it's whatever. Other people might not feel that way. Everybody has their opinions, everybody has their own morality meter when it comes to this stuff. That's why I say at the end of the day, don't do it at work. If you're gonna do that stuff, and every workplace has that dynamic where there is doctors banging nurses all the time, doctors banging all their doctors, nurses banging all the other nurses. It happens everywhere. If there's a hospital, it's happening in the hospital. I've never been to any hospital where that's not happening because you hear the rumors, you hear this, you hear that.
I never learn. Anyway, I guess that's it. That was so good. Yum. I was so hungry. So yeah, I guess that's about it. That's all I have to talk about. And I have nothing else to eat. I feel satisfied but not stuffed. I'm definitely a bottomless pit. I gotta watch for that.
Not stuffed after all of that. Okay. Then she lost BB, met a cracky lackey grifter. That was her demise. True.
I don't know how Substop gets away with being pretty much an exact replica of Subway without like how is it legal? Because there's steak and cheese, like the ingredients are the same, but it's just not has nothing to do with Subway. I don't remember the story, but anyway. All right, guys. I guess that's it for now. I had too many olives. I love Olive. Olive is my middle name. Mary Olive. All right, guys. Thanks for having dinner with me. I hope it made you hungry. I hope you had something good to eat. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Yep, next video coming up. Yeah, she's only visited Windsor once. How could she? How could she? All right, let's get into the other one, and then I think after that we're just gonna do the K-Bella freak out that she did. So 10 hours ago, this was what was in store for us: cheesy meatloaf, tomato rice, aroni, and barbecue butter Brussels sprouts. Home cooking. Let's go.
Pick location like a nice beach or a mall. Just let me know. Get yours today and don't delay.
Hello, guys. Hello. Welcome back to another video. So today I have a home cooked meal. I have some meatloaf with cheese melted on. I have some
Sweet.
homemade tomato rice with hot sauce, some peppers, and a mountain of barbecue air fried Brussels sprouts. Okay, and I have some water.
You know Foodie from Windsor? Yeah, but she's only been to Windsor. I actually don't know how many times, but at least once. And that once was February 2022. I believe it was like the 10th or the 11th. For some reason my brain is thinking February the 10th, but I know for sure it was February because she was meeting Carly Steele
Some mai
for collab.
in Arabic.
And they were both in lingerie, and Carly had her guy, that's not her husband, there. And something funky was gonna go down with the Nedster. The meatloaf is a travesty. It is.
So,
She destroyed it.
Yeah, bismillah. Let us enjoy one of these Brussels sprouts. I hope they're not too hot. They probably are like lava. Beauty bite. Oh. Not bad.
Right, Marie?
Try this meatloaf.
Same kind of person that puts ketchup. But you know what? There's a few people that put ketchup on meatloaf. I think that's becoming more common.
Now, I had no breadcrumbs. I forgot that I needed breadcrumbs for meatloaf.
Shout outs to Strathroy, Ontario. You've lived in Windsor, London, Toronto, and Strathroy. Wow, okay. You're like a southwestern Ontario type of girl. All the way west of Toronto. Toronto and west of Toronto you've been.
Delicious as always. Rice.
Ina Garten has a great meatloaf recipe. Is it Ina or Ina? It's Ina Garten, right?
So yeah. I had no breadcrumbs, okay.
Shout outs to those living in London, Ontario. I mean, it's a good city and not so good of a city. It really depends on which street you're at, but I've seen some mean streets of London, people. Very, very mean streets of London. I actually used to frequent London quite a lot. Like if you go around, I don't know, like Wellington area, Richmond Street, even Adelaide, like anything close to that downtown Colburn, it can be very grimy in London. It's Ina. Thank you. That's what I
So,
thought, Tiger.
but I had bread.
Ooh, nice. Commissioner's Pool, Wonderland.
So I literally
Is it worse than Parliament? It really depends, Cypher. Like the last time I was in London, I was straight downtown on the bricked road. Where's the brick road downtown? Downtown. What street is that again? And I went to a Dollarama, and this guy literally was jacking shit. The security caught him, but he told the security guard to get the F word expletive out of the way and started screaming like, "You can't hold me! You can't hold me! Get the F out of the way! Get the F out of the way!" So the security guard had to get out of the way because their laws aren't the same as in America, where you can do a citizen's arrest, right? If you hold somebody in Canada, you will get charged for holding them because it would be called it's akin to kidnapping. Only the cops can hold somebody. So yeah, the security guard had to get out of the way, and then boom, the guy left with like $200 worth of Dollarama stuff, and the cops were probably gonna show up maybe 15-20 minutes later.
put my oven on like 200 degrees,
All right,
dried out some white bread, and then like pulverized it in my food processor.
all right. The Dollarama I was at, if you're curious about London, is King Street and Wellington, west of there. So that's the Dollarama. And that is where is it? Is it? No, no, no. I'm wrong. It's Richmond and Dundas. Did you say Richmond? Yes, you're right. It's Richmond and Dundas because they have the brick streets because I heard in London, Ontario, you guys still have wooden sewer systems. So if the wooden sewer system has issues, they can easily dig up the brick to repair the sewer system. Can you imagine? Anybody know any other cities that have like still wooden sewers?
That is so good.
You've never heard of a security guard at a dollar store? Actually, they only have security guards at dollar stores that have a higher rate of theft. Pretty much. But yeah, thank you. Gothic Brina, you know your area. You know your London. Because you're right. It's Dundas and Horton, more specifically Dundas and Richmond.
Ooh. And you know what? That seemed to work. So, yeah. Mm. I'm gonna regret that.
Traffic in London is brutal. Is it really? All right, so what do you guys think of this home cooked meal? That cheese looks so plasticky, man. They are really doing a number on us in terms of cheese and how super processed this stuff is. And the entire loaf to herself.
My rice-a-roni.
What's up, Chantel? How you doing? Would you eat this meal? Yeah. I mean, sure. If Foodie Beauty wants to come back to Canada and give me 2K a month, I wouldn't
Would you
mind.
guys like me to show you how to make it? I think I did.
You know, Foodie Beauty and I would be like Patty Beauty. You know, like Jamaican Patty Beauty, or maybe it could be like Breadfruit Beauty, or maybe it could be like Ackee and Saltfish Beauty. Maybe it could be like Coconut Water Beauty. You hope Mr. Microphone is broken.
Whew. I don't know which I like more, broccoli or Brussels sprouts.
Ooh, nice. The cheese is looking like plastic. It is. It literally looks like
But they're
plastic.
both so delicious.
And some people just can't stand it. I've seen people throw up at like those cheese slices because they're like, this is not real cheese. It's so super processed.
And this meatloaf.
Back sunshine.
There's a barbecue glaze on it. So good. Mm.
I'm judging you if you serve me this. So true. If anything, the rice is okay. Like you can't really mess up rice. Well, maybe with the salt or butter or your water amount. But typically rice should be pretty basic to make, right?
Brussels sprouts are like the vegetable that you either love or you hate. I basically put them in a bowl with some melted butter on top, barbecue sauce, salt, pepper. Mm. I need to get more of those hot peppers, let me tell you.
All right, so got that Greener says those are air fried Brussels sprouts though. I wouldn't put it past her air frying stuff. You thought they were meatballs? Really? Yeah, they look like pretty burnt, don't they?
I find it hard eating rice with a fork, so I was craving a good home cooked meal. Mm.
She would so rather have Subway. Yes.
They're so good.
Roasted sprouts are amazing, but not drowned in sauce. Yeah, she's a saucy type of
Let me know
girl.
in the comments below, if you can, why you guys watch mukbangs.
Wow, Peep Foodie's engagement skills. Get those comments up, people. Smash that like button.
Some people say it helps them eat. Some people say it's like eating with someone. Some people say it deters them from eating. Mm-mm-mm.
She doesn't overload her spoon. She doesn't. Those Brussels sprouts are staying put. She is acting like they aren't even there.
Pepper was hot.
Mine's I'm the opposite. I like my stuff dry. Like I don't mind sauce every once in a while, but I prefer no sauce in so many things.
Mm.
The Brussels sprouts are cold, pretty much cold at this moment, just the way she likes them. Mine's are of Sal's balls, cold and soft and soggy.
I'm crying because those peppers are spicy.
She likes a side of sauce with her sauce, indeed. Cold as Chantal soul. She drinks gravy, she does. But I'm not gonna lie, once if the gravy isn't thick from Sahiba, then you can actually you can drink it pretty well, pretty much. I have done it before, people. That's what I'm saying. It's possible, but it wasn't like super thick gravy. I'm not a gravy guy, but I went to a Sahiba. They gave me gravy. I looked, it was pretty thin. I was like, okay, I am so gonna foodie beauty this. And it wasn't that bad. Shout outs to Sahiba, by the way.
Do you guys like meatloaf?
I've gone to the original Saint-Hubert. I still believe it's NDG, which is Notre Dame de Grasse. Pretty good area. Pretty sure it's NDG in Montreal. Could be wrong, but it's like, or is it? No, it's like no, it's Côte des Neiges area. Chugging gravy like it was cola cipher.
Growing up, it was like a staple.
Chantal said NDG is a dump. It depends. There's really nice areas in NDG. Don't believe what Chantal says. Chantal will downplay and overplay, upplay all types of stuff. Uh, NDG area, Côte d'Azur area, it's not that bad. Some areas, of course, are gonna be kind of crappy, but overall, there is always gonna be good and nice areas in Montreal. NDG is just another area. You want to know an area that's super shitty is Hochelaga.
For sure.
Hochelaga, crap.
There's a point I didn't like it as a kid, but as I was growing up, I grew to love it.
wherever Nads is, that's
Like, I didn't
Lachine.
appreciate my mom's cooking as a kid.
But Lachine area is actually kind of crappy, but some areas of Lachine is really nice. La Salle, you could say the same thing. And you could really say the same thing for so many areas. You could even say for Little Italy, Montreal. Actually, no, Montreal is a really affluent area. Not like Montreal, like the mountain Montreal, but Montreal, where you have Grand Boulevard, is kind of like forms like an X. That area is very affluent.
Like, I didn't appreciate my mom's cooking as a kid. But now I want to go there. I love it. Mm.
He won't stop until all the channel he has access to our band. I was thinking literally the same thing. Doesn't DD know that people are gonna complain that he's on her channel saying that he's band invading? Like, it will be obvious to me, right? I guess he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Did he get a timeout or something on his Natty Daddy channel? Is that what happened? Because he was on Natty Daddy 3 days ago. Didi needs to tell him to leave hers alone. Yeah, I wish that was the case. But honestly, if she couldn't tell him to not have her involved when she's working and then she loses her good job, I don't know what to say or what to think.
Mm.
Chantel has the taste of a dead mackerel.
Whoever invented the air fryer?
Speaking of mackerel. Speaking of mackerel. Oh, Natty Daddy got struck. That's why. Yeah, I would say so that it got struck. That makes sense.
I'm telling you.
You made mackerel? Mackerel is like a staple in many homes. Many homes I've been to, many places where I'm from. You gotta know how to make your mackerel. You gotta have your mackerel recipes ready. Cypher, you know what's going on. He got struck by Bali. What was he saying about Bali? For it to be struck.
So tender. Mm. I cook like half the bag.
He said Bali struck 4 times.
They look like small heads.
What is Bali striking him for? If he's saying it's 4 times, well, isn't he getting what he was dishing out? Because he was striking channels all the time. I think Nads has struck me a total of like 7 times. And that's me, being conservative. Because there was this one time he struck me 3 times in a 24-hour period, just like overnight. I woke up and then I had 3 strikes from Nads. So, I mean, if he strikes me, I just don't say anything about it. I just roll with it and do what I gotta do behind the scenes.
Or little cabbages or little iceberg lettuces. I think they're from the cabbage family, if I'm not mistaken. Mm. I'm actually more full from this meal than I was from the pizza. And I think it's because, like, beyond cheese and pepperoni, a little bit, it's just
Oh, really? So he said Bali has a channel manager that used to mod for him. They're striking out of spite, according to Nads. Well, I guess that makes a lot of sense that somebody else is putting out the strikes. All right, well, we shall see what happens with the Nadster. I mean, Monday's Monday. We got to figure what that is all about.
on cheese and pepperoni, a little bit. It's just white bread, no fiber. Mountain of Brussels sprouts has a ton of fiber. Ooh, yeah, that's filling. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this mukbang, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
I wouldn't be able to guess. The first thing I would guess would be angel horns, aka angel hands. Am I right? If not, I wouldn't have any idea who else it would be. All right, so was it Piggy that got the deleted Rager live stream? Yeah, it was Piggy. So let me check this out. I haven't seen this. So honestly, I'm gonna view this with you, this Rager, based on the picture stuff. I mean, everybody's gonna have their opinion. Do you really think K Bella was gonna release those pictures, or do you think she was just joking? Who knows? Let's go.
Just beating is sniping. I thought I was one of the most vile people on the internet. So why are you watching it then? Freaking idiots. Hey, Soda. Yes, I still pray. No, we're boycotting Starbies.
Oh, it's
Right?
pretty
We're going back to the
genius.
pool. I kind of have pool ick right now.
What?
Even though it's clean, I just no inspectors came to our building. Why would they come to our building? Our building's not a labor camp, it's a family building. They were hoping for me to be in the fire. Listen, again, morons. If I die, your channels die. Because right now you look like idiots. You have to react to me eating a pizza because you have no content because you're idiots with no personality. So if I die in a fire, you might as well kiss your channels and your incomes goodbye. You can't
Really?
support your kids no more. Adios, amigos. Why the boycotting? Because free Palestine, that's why. Why don't you put your YouTube button up on the wall? No, because I might want to move it, Mimi.
Oh yes, she's so proud of that silver play button.
It's so wrong for people to wish harm on you.
Awesome.
It's because they're mad. Stay mad. And they still haven't proven me wrong. Don't do any content about me anymore and see what happens. Don't do it. Like, who watches somebody religiously when they don't like them, when they can't stand them, they have nothing nice to say? Like, imagine your whole existence is, well, ew, like, look at that person. Like, who does that beyond being 16 years old and somebody who has kids and is supposed to be an example for another person? Get a effing life.
Is that really what you guys are? Stop it. Sunshine, you stop, okay? That made me laugh. If you calling her Yasser Arafati, the stuff that some of you people come up with is just really funny.
Rosalia, will you volunteer help or financial aid to the people affected by the fire? I don't think so. Actually, I think the government is doing that. They're giving like a bunch of rupees to the families. You need to just ignore it. That's what I do mostly. Like, you don't see me stream sniping or reacting to everything these people. They don't rile me up, Barbara. They don't like whatever, you know. I'm just pointing out the stupidity. They say it's a rage. It's not a rage. Whenever I point out something about them or like retort, it's a rage.
Really? Is that even true?
So then what do they do?
You know
They're
what? I'm
going to
gonna
tell
find
me
out.
that the ghoul over there is not raging every day? Like, please. Did I have 9 evictions? Did I get arrested for beating up my grandfather? I don't care if someone's smaller than me, bigger than me. It's not a effing contest.
So let's guys keep you up. Okay, people, I want you guys to be honest for a second. Who's seen it? Who's seen Cella's junk?
Why do people make it a contest? Like, you have to validate your self-worth through how much you weigh and compare it to someone else? Again, grow up. Yeah, I'm just living my life, having fun. They're not because they want to see you do badly, so they feel bad about it. It's not going to happen. It's not
Really?
going to happen. Even if the worst thing happens to me, you're not going to see me, for very long at least. And my life is not going to be ruined. I move on.
You've only seen the censored pic, really?
I go with the flow. 2 years ago, I was a lot different than now. I was a mess. But, I was a mess, but I also had a lot of fun in my life and still had a good life. Fortunate, no matter how many more views they get, I don't care because I don't have that disgusting poison within me and hatred, and I don't have that karma of wishing somebody dead. So I don't care. If somebody wants me to die, I don't give a shit. Like, honestly, I'm just going to keep on living and making them mad, I guess,
All right, let me try and confirm if Pretty Genius is using Bally's channel to strike Mads. Like, the stuff that happens here, man, it's just gonna go on and on and on. I mean, that's a pretty smart setup. It's like commandeering. You're commandeering Bally's channel.
Oh my God. I just imagine like when my grandmother was alive at 70, what was she doing? At 70, actually, she did a lot. She took like ceramics courses. She would never, ever say anything mean about anybody. She was into like, she had a florist degree. She did a lot with her life in her older age. Imagine being online making fun of someone's weight as if that even I even care that you think I'm fat. I don't know. I was really hungry, but I didn't eat the crust. If you notice when I would get to the crust, I would just cut it off. I didn't eat any. Maybe she's been spayed, maybe not. I've decided not to talk about my pet care online. It's no one's
Really?
business. Backtrack and go back on your words. It's just what gives them anyway. Go back on my words. I'm allowed to change my life.
So what did Soda and Sadness say? Soda and Sadness said they only make fun of you when you backtrack and go back on your words is disingenuous and it gives them ammunition. Cool. A forest degree? Yeah. People have those like agriculture and forestry degrees these days. Like it's like would you really need 4 years of, university to really know about agriculture? I guess so, because there is bachelor of science in agriculture, and then there are such things as forestry degrees. They usually go kind of where like agriculture department and forestry department will kind of overlap sometimes or be separate. It really depends, but yeah, there is a forestry degree.
Go back on your words. It's just what gives them anyway. Go back on my words. I'm allowed to change my life and my course of what I want to do in my life as many times as I want. It's not like I'm doing something super that affects anyone's life. Like I don't want to talk about my diet anymore. Oh well, I have lied before. Like things like this, people think they make me sound like a liar. Just spends more time than her own children. Yeah, I heard she did an emergency stream at night talking about me eating pizza with her whole like behind an avatar in her 300-pound self, acting like she never eats pizza. Give me an effing break. Nothing wrong. The only thing wrong with her being 300 pounds is that she does emergency streams of me eating pizza at my weight. And she talks about my weight. Yes, we will take the necessary measures to the competent authorities regarding this in the USA.
Oh man.
Regarding what? Oh, revenge porn. Oh yeah. Yeah. Everyone want me to make friends. Maybe I don't want to. Like, people were like, you look so lonely going out yesterday. No, I like going out by myself. I like to be alone. Like, and I'm with you guys. 500 people, People saw I was way more social in Canada. I might have been more social.
All right. You know what, Observant? I'm going to find out about this. See if this is for real.
I had like more people I could be around in that, but I'm not really that social anymore. Some better people than Fart and Shart that they went to school and became teachers. So that's even more embarrassing, Fart and Shart. If Milk Tea is a teacher and she's sitting there criticizing how I cook my food. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Ow.
That's embarrassing. I don't care if I'm an eater. I get paid thousands of dollars a month to do it. So who cares? I don't want to go to school. I don't want to be a teacher. Okay. So what is that like? Why are people comparing? So stupid. I'm a teacher, yeah. And I sit there with an ugly dollar store wig and make fun of how somebody cooks. Or I'm super petty after hours. Give me a break. Cunt Bella is selling nudes. Okay, well, if that's true, she'll be in trouble for revenge porn. But she's already a homeless nothing, so I guess you can't get blood from a stone. Actually, her whole address is doxed on the farms.
Is it?
So I have her address. I'm working on contacting the police about it. Why would anyone sell them? Like, if they're available online, that's so stupid and probably BS. Nobody did that with her. Disgusting. Nobody did that with her. Disgusting nudes, right? So why don't you not worry about that, silliest geese? I needed some information, so I looked it up and it led me to a farms page. She said highest bidder. She's a wackadoodle. She's trying so hard to be fucking relevant. She says she's mad because she didn't succeed in breaking your home and marriage. Such a low life. Bingo. Imagine doing that with your life. I'm not worked up. I'm not. If she's really doing that, she's going to pay. She's going to get, yeah, there's a law in the US. Exactly. Revenge porn, exactly what she's doing. Doesn't matter if it's blurred out. Doesn't matter. I didn't dox anyone, but do you honestly think I give a crap if she gets doxed after what she did? I don't give a shit.
Oh boy.
Yeah. This is why I don't like people like hanging around, like interacting with people. Like too many of them are nuts. It doesn't bug me. Like those super chats about abortion shaming, it doesn't bug me. I don't give a shit at all. It doesn't bug me whatsoever. Murders babies. Oh my God. Thanks for the money. Did I say I wasn't upset, Joelle? No, I didn't say that, did I? Of course I was upset and we're moving on. So really, that's all it should end at. Like it shouldn't be anyone else's business. If I did have kids, I can tell you I wouldn't be a shit parent like she is. Teaching her kids, like imagine.
Yeah, can you imagine if you really do call the police and you haven't thought it through? And then I even made a video, but not in this community. I said, you know, if you call the police, even though you're calling, they will also maybe take a look at what you're doing as well. Can you imagine you call your local authorities and get them involved, and then they start asking these questions of why your so-called hubby, whether or not he really is your hubby, wants to shit on people, and all of these obscene things that easily could even get a regular Kuwaiti citizen in trouble, but much less a guy that is not a citizen or permanent resident that is married to a person who keeps having to go in and out of the country every couple of months. Can you imagine the shit show? It's like, think this through, foodie. You are on a very slippery slope and you're already sliding down. Like, don't do it.
And like your kids hearing you bullying fat people. Like, nice parenting you have. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If I did have kids, I would be a better parent than you, hillbilly. Daft Pecan,
Good night, Mons.
I'm not the
Take
one
care.
crazy. I'm not the one who left that super chat. So I'm the crazy one, but that person left the super chat. Okay, I'm saying you're a shit parent if you have young kids running around that are impressionable and you're online making fun of fat women, and that's your job, being a piece of shit bull, when you could be straight out of the movie Deliverance. No education, redneck trash. Makes fun of me taking back Salah and working it out with him when it was just a stupid texting thing and whatever, one-time ordeal. When you made fun of her kids, how they look, you know what? Are you going to show your kids that? They're anti-abortion bullshit. Doesn't bug me at all. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Foodie did have two. A lot of people remember the one with Pete's. Not a lot of people remember her story that she said in early April 2022. I can even tell you the day in April because I was at Steam Whistle in downtown Toronto when I was listening. But she said that she had this guy called Madzi that got her pregnant the second time, and she was telling this long-winded story about it.
people try to like shape you on your past. If it's something that happened to me and it doesn't even affect me anymore, how is it going to affect you? You know what I mean? And cunt Bella too. You're disgusting. Like, what's your claim to fame? That someone wanted to take a shit on you because that's what you are? You're a piece of shit whore.
Yeah, no. There's Madsy, and then there's Monty, but the guy was called. Not Madsy the Reactor. He's from the UK. Shout outs to Madsy, by the way. He got out of here in good time. When did he get out of here again? It wasn't December 2022. It was December 2021. Madsy got the hell out of Girl World. So good for him. But she put my name together and Madsy's name together. This is what we think. If I'm really gonna be logical, I think she put my name together as well with Madsy, and came up with this guy's name that supposedly got her pregnant, and she got rid of the child. Yeah, exactly, Stella. This is what we're thinking. I'm not 100% sure, but it's kind of transparent. That's what you probably did. Because I'm like, why would the guy name be a mixture of Madsy and Monty?
All right then. Yeah, good job. I'm sure Chantal's happy she doesn't have a child with one of her exes. Yeah, I don't regret it. Why do you love Salah? Because he takes good care of me in like every way. Do you have any hobbies? Not really. Do I sit there, Hamburglar, and judge others? No.
Bitch, shut up.
I'm defending myself. Venti, why you love your wife? Why should he have to answer that to you? You're a stranger on the internet. Like, why should he answer why he loves me? I know why he loves me. He doesn't have to answer to anybody. No, my washer's not broken. That's how it sounds when it's on spin side. That's fine. I don't care if I don't have any chat left. I have all the good people will remain. That's fine.
All right. Blue Eyes, you're coming in at the end of the stream, but it's all good. People, I don't know what to think about that, but of course it's gonna be a rant, right? What can I say? I'll be around tomorrow, so catch me then. If not, to all the people in the chat that are fathers, happy Father's Day tomorrow. If you are a mother but yet you still do a fatherly role with your child or children, well, happy Father's Day to you. You're awesome. Anyways, people, hey, it's all good, Blue Eyes. It's all good. People, thank you so much. Smash the like button and all that good stuff. I'll be back later. I'm gonna do the whole Monty After Dark call-in stream in the next 2, 3, or 4 days. I gotta get my luchador mask. Yes, I'm getting a freaking luchador mask. Okay, stop it. But it's gonna be a mess. Okay, we're gonna do call-ins. I'm gonna give you guys a number. You guys can call in. You guys can talk all sorts of shit, and we're gonna have some fun. All right, see you later, people. Bye bye.